Hey everyone, we got some great news for Luminar Technologies stock investors out of their latest quarterly earnings call. That's what I'm going to review in this brief video here. So let's get right into it. So the company said that they now have over a dozen major commercial wins, and that's going to be the key for Luminar Technologies is establishing relationships with OEMs, car manufacturers, truck manufacturers to include its technologies inside their vehicles. So looking forward to a successful launch and ramp of as they really begin to start converting this multi-billion dollar order backlog that they have into revenue and begin that process from beginning and seeing that accelerate. So they've already got a multi-billion dollar order book. They've just got to get that production going to start converting that from orders into revenue. So when it comes to next generation LIDAR, they also mentioned that was one of the goals to expect to have that product by year end. And obviously, you may recall that their target market penetration by the end of the decade is only 3 to 4% of the market because they think that even though with just that amount, they'll be able to achieve around $5 billion in revenue and $2.5 billion in EBITDA, earnings before interest, depreciation, and taxes. So with as much as a $60 billion forward looking order book at that point. So they're going to generate $5 billion in revenue, yes, by the end of the decade, but they're also going to have a backlog of orders of about $60 billion, which will lead them very nicely into the next decade. Right, so they're ramping up production, but they're also ramping up orders as the market starts to realize its product is more highly in demand, but also not only the market realizes it's more highly in demand, regulatory authorities are starting to require car companies to adopt some of Luminar's technologies because of the safety benefits it provides. Regulatory authorities are now saying, hey, you got to have this in your vehicles because it just improves the safety of the people inside the vehicles so dramatically that we're going to make it a requirement, not an option. And so that's driving an increase in demand for Luminar's capabilities. So with these new safety improvements they're able to deliver, they're also able to enhance autonomous capabilities. And that's coming, as you might notice, incrementally, right? First came the assisted cruise control technology, right? Where cars were able to kind of keep a safe distance away from the cars in front of it using sensors and technology, right? Then came the parking assistance where cars were parking themselves. And now you've got more of this semi autonomous driving that's being employed. And so it's going step by step, incrementally improving, and more drivers are utilizing these services, and it looks like the capability is getting better and better and better over time. And finally, I'll end this video with the final great news is that they are on track to grow their forward-looking order book by at least $1 billion this year. So they're capturing an extra $1 billion in orders this year. So they've shown their capabilities to manufacturers, and manufacturers have said, yes, you had us at hello. We want it. Where do we sign? And so they're ready to buy. Luminar just needs to get that manufacturing up and going, find out effective ways to produce their products in a way where they can generate revenue and profit and cash flow. And so excellent prospects ahead, although it is also risky times ahead because it's not certain that they're going to be able to execute without facing difficulties. So, really good prospects ahead for this company. Hopefully, they can execute and not hit any snags along the way. But that's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.